Hi, this is Dolores, and I'd like to show you a journal, a junk journal, that I made quite some time ago and have neglected to film it because I'm not so good with camera, but things are looking up a little now. This is a Winnie the Pooh journal, and it's bound with cards with chipboard. Actually, I think it's a box. It's actually a box, a cereal box or kind of food box. And it has 120 pages and 3 signatures. And what I used was a Disney book, a large Disney book, maybe like 16 inches, maybe 12 by 8. It was pretty big, and also pages from Winnie the Pooh edition. A printed edition with the original photos. So there are Disney photos, original photos, images, and then I have many things that I've gotten from Pinterest. So that's what comprises the book. I used coffee dyed paper and a little bit of patterned paper, not too much. So it has a charm, and here's a Winnie the Pooh. It was a keychain, so I put it on there. And that's about it. It's very simple cover, and it has a hairband closure with one of those Tim Holtz thingies. I forget what they're called. So here's the first page, which is taken from the book. I took the book apart, and this was a map. So the first page is here of the map, and the last page is here, and it's supposedly drawn by Winnie the Pooh himself. So here's the first page, Winnie the Pooh. This is from the Disney book. You can probably tell which are which, and he's got in his hand a bunch of honey with bees in it. This is from the book Winnie the Pooh by A.A. Milne, and here's a little charm. It's a Hamza. It's a hand, Middle Eastern symbol to keep the evil eye away, which I always include. Keep away that evil eye. Here's a sticker, and this page opens up, a flip out, and you can see I tried to put the text that from the Disney book that is equivalent to some of the images. So this first image from the book, Pooh goes to his cupboard and finds he has no honey, and he gets into a whole lot of trouble from there on. Here's a little pocket I made with a card from Pinterest. This is the from the book cover of the text that I used, and it gives a little history of how the book was written and who it was written by. And here is a little pocket with some stickers here, and you can see this is one of the original pictures that's been colored, and here's an actual photograph of Christopher Robin and the Pooh Bear. So you can see that the artist knew the author and his child, and he did a pretty good representation of him, I think. Got the hair just right. I don't know who gave him that haircut, but he looks there like a little girl. But I guess children are kind of undifferentiated for a while till they get a little older. Here's a little banner with some brown paper underneath to write on, and it's punched on the corners. This is from the Disney book and journaling card. Here are a couple of journaling cards, and here are pages that came out of the Disney book that I used here, like this. And this idea came to me from with the ribbons from Laura Susan Zedlitz. Thank you. Here's a book page from that Winnie the Pooh edition, and there's like a raised butterfly. I used several of them here. There's one on the cover, and those are given to me by Janet Rogan. Thank you, Janet. Here's a picture of Owl, and this is an envelope, and there's a journaling card inside. Actually, it's a photograph of Milne and his son, and it's quite a captivating photograph, I think. This man loved this child very, very much. And it's apparent in this book. So here's Eeyore from the book. Lost his tail. This is parchment, deli paper that's been baked. And here's a doily pocket. Here's another picture of Christopher Robin with Winnie the Pooh there. This has been, the paint I used here is Magicals. I use it in several places. And I'm not crazy about Magicals. Maybe I just don't know how they work, but it's okay. Here's some stickers of Winnie the Pooh. And I used this washi tape throughout, and I bought it several years ago, and I thought, gee, those are Winnie the Pooh colors, and I didn't realize I was going to make this book, but, I just gravitated to them. They're the same as his fur and his sweater. Any day spent with you is my favorite day, so today is my new favorite day. Now, in the book, after he finds out he doesn't have any honey at his house, Winnie the Pooh goes out and climbs a tree to steal some honey from the bees. And here he is up in the tree, and I cut all these page elements out because as I said, it's a large book, and they were spread out throughout the page. And then I positioned them so that they would be very close, and I put some of them up on those little gluey things that raise things up. And here are 3 tags I made out of the remainder of that page with the leaves. But as he's up in the tree, here come the bees, and they're going to get him. So here he is. This is supposed to be the other way, this picture, lying down, but I didn't notice that when I put it on. I didn't really take note of it. So he's lying there, and the honey's dripping into his mouth, and here are the angry bees coming, and he falls out of the tree, and he lands up on a balloon so he doesn't get hurt. And here is a little envelope with a journaling card in it. Got this from the internet on Pinterest. Here's a butterfly. I don't know what you call that stuff. Clear stuff. Here's a vellum envelope. And the way I did this was this. Let's see. Is that the center? Yes. This is the center of the signature. So I opened the envelope, I cut the sides open, and I sewed it in as a page, and then I glued it back up as an envelope. So here's a journaling card. And here's another little envelope with a key on it, and there's a decal or a sticker, Winnie the Pooh, and inside journaling card. This is from the book, and this, I punched out some glitter paper circles and used them throughout. Some brown paper and some coffee dyed paper with stamping. And here's the front cover of the book that I used for book pages and images. And it was one of those used book that was like $1. No good would have come to it otherwise. And here's some journaling paper, because there's not quite a lot of room for journaling in this book. Here's an envelope that I sprayed, folded in half, and inside is some, I believe it's paper writing paper. Yes, some coffee dyed paper. And that's on some baked parchment paper. And here are Rabbit and Winnie the Pooh. And what happens next is, after he falls out of the tree, Winnie the Pooh goes to Rabbit's house to see if he has any honey. So Rabbit said, yeah, here's some honey, and he drank the whole thing. So they're having an argument there. Here's Piglet, and here's a tag, a Piglet tag I made out of some beads and some mesh, you know, like cheesecloth, and I made a little cameo of Piglet. And this is an envelope, and this is a pocket on one side of the envelope, and then inside is a journaling card, and on the other side is another tag I made with the same beads and mesh, cheesecloth, and a butterfly. And Winnie, the pocket. I guess it was two library pockets that I used there on either side. Here's a book page with a sticker and image from the internet. And here's a page from the Disney book. And here's some journaling cards. And this is a little pocket that I put on this page with a little sticker. Rabbit. This is from the book, the introduction to the book. Here's a tuck spot with, I don't know what that's a leaf or something. This paper, this is coffee dyed paper, but I think it's cardstock, and I sprayed it with Winnie the Pooh's colors. And here's a picture of him looking in his cupboard and not finding any honey, which is when he sets out and makes all this trouble. Here's Rabbit giving him a little honey, but you'll see later in a picture that he gets angry because Winnie the Pooh drank the whole thing. Here's a pocket with a little vintage button, a wooden button, and some journaling cards. This is a lot about friendship. Many of these sayings from the book refer to friendship. A day without a friend is like a pot without a single drop of honey left inside. So that's how important friends are. There's a sticker. Here's a banner with, I don't feel very much like Pooh today, said Pooh. I'll bring you tea and honey till you do, said Piglet. So this book is full of friends and friendships and arguments between friends and how they make up. Very important for children to read. So here is Pooh waiting at Piglet's house for his honey. And this is Eeyore, whom I'm sure you know. He's a eternally unhappy, pessimistic donkey. And here he's losing his tail because somebody put a balloon on it and the tail broke off and flew away. So sad. Here he's looking for a house. He has no house left. And everything happens to him. Here's a little pocket with Eeyore, journaling card, and here's a little envelope, and inside is Eeyore's house that he built for himself, and as you can see, it's quite wobbly. I think they take care of that and can find him a house in the book. The ladybug. Now here's Tigger appears on the scene, and he's kind of obnoxious but lovable. And I remember in the film, this was Paul Winchell's voice, and he was a ventriloquist in the 50s, Paul Winchell and his little friend Jerry Mahoney. And he had a wonderful bass voice. Here's some images of Tigger and a little explanation of what he does. He bounces. So he bounced on everybody, and then everybody else started bouncing along with him. This is from the book. And this is from the other book. Book page from Disney. Butterfly paper with a picture of poor Eeyore. It's raining on him and no one else. And here's like a frame, and I put a Pooh sticker on there. And there's the three of them. Winnie the Pooh with some violets, it looks like. And here's a Magicals page. I don't know. Maybe I'm not doing it right. I don't know. I like the effect that I did here, though, the blotched effect. One awesome thing about Eeyore is that even though he's basically clinically depressed, he still gets invited to participate in adventures with all his friends. They never expect him to pretend to feel happy. They never leave him behind or ask him to change. They just show him love. And this is kind of the point of the book, I think. With all these characters, it says grow, butterfly, Eeyore. Now this is a mistake. I kind of folded it over from another page, and I don't know why it got glued. So there it is. It says giggle. Here's a book page with a image from the internet, from Pinterest. Forever Friends, a banner with that glitter thing here. And here is, I love this page, here is Tigger looking in the mirror, and he says, well, one of his phrases is, the wonderful thing about Tiggers is that I'm the only one. So he looks in the mirror, he sees another Tigger, and he thinks that there is another one competing with him, and he kind of gets upset about that. And here he is, someone's rendering of him. Keep calm and love, Tigger. Here's a Disney book page, and Tigger up a tree in the other book. Here's now Piglet. He was the cutest little one. Love. He is just a bundle of love. He has no mother, but you know he loves Pooh. Here are two Piglet tags, and here's a vellum, not a vellum, a glassine envelope with Piglet images inside. And this is the center of this signature, and I put this vellum page, it's green, and I put the Pooh washi tape on it, and there's an image inside, and then this one of Piglet and Eeyore is here. Butterfly. Here's the other side of the vellum page with Kanga and Roo. And again, Kanga and Roo. Here's a book page. Think it over, think it under. Pooh. It's a little stamp. And here's the verse from the or the verses from the Tigger song from the Disney movie. They're bouncy, bouncy, flouncy, trouncy, etc. Disney page. Here's a this is a little pocket here, and then out of book page with the washi tape, and here's another pocket out of brown paper. Images, Tigger, Winnie the Pooh, Butterfly, and the other book page, journaling card. Here's some more journaling paper, and here's like partial page, like half pages that carried over from the other side as full pages, and here they're half pages. This is a birthday party, I think, or some kind of party. Cards. This is cardstock page, and here are some Winnie the Pooh tags with little. It's the little things that make life big, and we'll be best friends forever, which is so sweet there in that book. And here's a little Piglet. He's so cute. Get in here, Piglet. Okay. And here's an envelope, that I left empty, made out of book page, and this is vellum paper, some images for journaling cards. Here's the other side of the butterfly paper. Here's the Disney book page, and the other book with a nice flower on it. I don't know if I should have done this, but I made like a photo mats out of this beautiful paper, and yeah. Here's a glassy envelope with some Tigger inside. Oh, this is a nice, I bought these envelopes. I should have bought more. We were at this discount store uptown. But anyway, there's some images. You can pull this thing off and seal it. Images and a doily inside. And a stamp, "We'll be best friends until forever." Here they are in the snow. And here are 2 stickers. And the red ribbon, which are kind of his colors. Here's another piece of that beautiful gold striped paper, and an image from Pinterest. There's Rabbit. Here's some packing with 2 little cards in there. This is the back book cover from the little book that I used, and some more journaling paper. And images is Owl. This is Piglet. And here are 2 Piglet tags that I made with stickers. And he's so cute, Piglet. And some pattern paper. Now here's Piglet as rendered by Disney. The original drawings of Piglet were not so specific. They were very loosely conceived, and it was just kind of an overall image of a little piglet. And here's a real piglet. Is that adorable? Is that beautiful? Wait, let's get it in the light. I think he's so much cuter than the way they drew Piglet, but he's cute in his own way. Here's a Rabbit reading the story to Piglet and some others. There's a pocket, and this says "Just Dance" and "You Make Me Laugh." 2 tags. Here's some butterfly paper with an image. And here is one of those Italian, I don't know if this is Italian, but one of those fancy paper clips, and a bow and an elephant charm. I always put an elephant for good luck in my books. And here's cards inside and an image. And since there were so many pictures of Owl, what I did was I used the Martha Stewart Owl Punch, and it makes an impression as well as cuts it out. Can you see? And I put little rhinestones on his eyes, so there are a few owls on this page in little glassine bags, 3 of them. And here's a tag which tells a story that after Pooh went to Rabbit's house to try to get some honey, I think they had a little fight, and Pooh wound up, Pooh had gotten so fat from the honey he couldn't get out the door, so he's kind of half in and half out the door. And then Christopher Robin, Kanga, and Eeyore come to pull him out of the house. Meanwhile, Rabbit is hysterical, screaming about it. Here's Piglet. I put him on a raised, those little foam thingies. Book page, Disney, image. And here's some sayings from the books, that are rendered by artists who put them on Pinterest. Here's some journaling cards. Oh, here's a little pocket. This is Pooh Mail. The stamp says Pooh Mail. It's so much friendlier with 2. And inside is a tag I made, Eeyore and Pooh, some stickers, and here they are. And little saying, which is very beautiful. And then someone on the internet decided to psychoanalyze them And Pooh has an eating disorder. Tigger has an attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Eeyore, of course, has depression. Piglet has anxiety. Rabbit is obsessive compulsive disorder, and very sadly, Christopher Robin has schizophrenia because, of course, he sees things walking and talking that really aren't. So that's kind of cute. And it fits, actually, except I don't agree with the schizophrenia. Kids all have imaginary friends. Here's another vellum envelope that I cut open, sewed in as a page, and then glued back together as an envelope. And there's a journaling card inside. Here's Owl. Not many images of him in the book. It's not that interesting. And here's those vellum envelopes that I slit at the top, and I put some little sayings that are Pooh-like, wishing you all you are wishing for, and just dance and laugh and so on. There's some butterfly and a flower. And this is kind of very thin cardstock. And here is an envelope I made out of the wax paper that I used to spray things on, and I put some journaling cards inside and a butterfly on the outside. And Pooh, there's the magicals. Book page from Disney. Some images from the Pinterest. Here's a book page from the other edition, and an image of Piglet, a little pocket. Here's an envelope with journaling cards inside, images. It's an envelope, right? Never Stop Dreaming. And I made a little envelope out of the butterfly paper that I used, and then I glued it down and put a few blings on it, and here's the journaling card. Here's the alphabet, which I thought was apt, and a little alphabet charm. It says ABC, and patterned paper, butterfly, and then the other book paper, book page. And here's book page. Pooh and Piglet were in Owl's house, and a storm came up. So they get blown away. This is just some text from the book, and here's a big leaf, and the other side of that packing with butterfly paper in it. And as I said earlier, when I did this earlier, this is a large page, so I cut everything out, fussy cut, which I hate to do, but I did, and put it all together, condensed it, and that's what it looks like. They're blowing through the trees. And I put it on this cardstock, which is so beautiful, which I love. We made a wish, and you came true. And here's the other side of the map of 100 Acre Wood, the name of it. And here's the back. Now the cover I made out of brown paper. As I said, I wrinkled it up. I used distress ink. I used some brown color first to fill in the wrinkles, and then I used the two colors I used were Barn Red and Marigold something. Spiced marmalade. I'm sorry, spiced marmalade. And then I sprayed a little gold on it, and then I gelled it, and I put some gold around it. Martha Stewart paint, which I'm using now very happily. So that's my journal.